Pitter patter, pitter patter. It sounds like the never-ending rain in London, the gloomy weather I once complained about. The dim light of dusk make me open my eyes reluctantly. The damp air and filthy water drops are slowly eating their way into my bones. The scoundrel, Dion! How dared he abduct me and drag me back to France? Guards! Guards! Tell your master I want to see him! Do you hear me? Are you deaf? To imprison you without any proof! How dare he? Oh, I despise such dreary places! The air here is terrible! That irritating voice again! Does he really think I will stay here and let him judge me? How laughable! Oh, poor madame, it's only been a few days, but your skin has already turned dull. The air here is not fit for any person, but you are a criminal, so let's just say it's part of your punishment. But Monsieur Dion, I'm no criminal. Oh my, you do know my name. You surely are a cunning one, Comtesse de la Motte. Oh, monsieur, your guards paid me no heed, but they sure talk a lot. Perhaps you should imprison them for their impudence. I will, madame, but now is not the time. Let's talk about you instead. Monsieur, a wise man like yourself would not let me suffer such an injustice. You're denying your involvement in this matter? If you're referring to the matter of the diamond necklace, then yes, I've been wrongfully accused. I would have never known such a treasure existed if you haven't mentioned it. Looks like you're still unwilling to speak the truth. It's all right, I'm a patient man. Let's talk about another necklace then. Dion pulls out a familiar locket necklace, the one I used to prove that I was the Queen's friend. Oh, that is the Queen's necklace. Yes, it has been tucked away in my things. You certainly confess easily to that. Well, you found it in my London villa, didn't you? There's nothing to hide. I bumped into the Queen and the Duchess Polignac at a jewelry store and picked it up when Her Majesty dropped it. I visited the Petit Trianon to return it to Her Majesty, but her guards stopped me. I've heard about this, yes. You can ask those guards to vouch for me. I didn't get to meet the Queen, and I didn't dare hand over something so expensive to guards. And so the necklace was left in my possession. And so you flaunted it. Monsieur, no, this is a huge misunderstanding. I admit that I bragged a little, but it was a moment of weakness which I deeply regret. I did nothing else. You sly trickster, what a perfectly crafted story. I spent so much time tracking you down. It is the truth, monsieur. You must prove my innocence. Poor little cuckoo, I felt sorry for you. But your despicable husband has abandoned you in your time of need. Ah, my husband? I haven't seen him since that day. He must have escaped. I act like I'm heartbroken, hoping that the Dion will take pity on me. He pulls out the letter instead. I feel sorry for you indeed. Not only did that husband of yours flee when I was busily apprehending you, he even sent me a letter exposing your crimes. He wrote about your deception of Rohan, your impersonation of the royal family, and your brilliant scheme. I quake with rage. Nicolas de la Motte, you terrible man, you face my wrath. Monsieur Dion, I never thought things would get this far. I confess that I have lied. This was all my husband and Cardinal Rohan doing. Are you concocting yet another story? Monsieur Dion, please, you must believe me. It was a moment of weakness, and I couldn't disobey my husband. Enough, sly cuckoo. You may have a lovely voice, but I have no interest in wasting any more time. Perhaps it's time for the Queen herself to pass judgment to you. No, monsieur, please, listen. 3 days of confinement, and you're still as energetic as ever. Perhaps you need to be properly welcomed to the prison before the Queen comes. Dion's eyes glint with ferocity. I turned my hand to see the torture devices laid out. No! You can't do this to me! So jealousy and greed are your motivations. Who are you to covet riches and glory? You have only ever thought of yourself, and you do not care anything. In terms of position and family history, I am on par with the House of Bourbon. Why can't I recover what is rightfully mine? Our first priority is to put a stop to all the showers so that the royal family can survive the crisis. No, you can't treat me like this! There's royal blood running in my veins. I'm a member of the nobility. Would you really turn over a new leaf if I let you go? You might do something even worse. No, Your Majesty, Your Majesty! Spare me!